I think it is about modernising the learning experience, which is both a classroom-based element as well as the technology. But at the moment, I worry that too much of the emphasis is on the technology and too little on the actual experience of the learner.
So you might say that the model that the British Armed Forces have had for the last 100 years or so has been quite transactional. So we've trained individuals to be equipped with individual skills, to then go to units, ships, planes, or whatever, where they are trained in a collective environment. Why? To enable them to succeed in operations.
It's a very good system in many respects, but it is out of kilter with what we now understand about how people learn, and we are not providing, I think, a modern learning journey, either in terms of the ability to individualise that journey, or indeed even in the experience that people are facing whilst they're in the defence training system.
The world's moving on. Young men and women in the 21st century are now more interested in their own agency and agility, a point that we made in the Haythornthwaite Review. So you now have a model where I think defence needs to have a two-way conversation with individuals, so that the skills that we equip them with are not only valuable for defence, but also equip those individuals for their own careers, both inside defence and thereafter in civilian employment.
The idea of individualising the journey is you take stock of what the individual knows and you allow them to pursue a journey that's based on that. To give you a really silly example, a reservist policeman in his day job is the person who teaches the civilian police on restraint techniques. As a military police reservist, he's not able to do that because he hasn't done the course, a course that he actually runs as a civilian, but Defence hasn't recognised his civilian expertise, and so will force him to go through a model of training which is utterly irrelevant to what he already knows. So I don't think it works for Defence, and I don't think it works for the individual, but it's not that the whole thing is broken. I think it just could be better by allowing that individual pathway.
Defence hasn't got a choice. If it wants to have an armed force which is equipped with the right people to deliver the right outputs, and Defence talks about a model in the integrated operating concept and in the Defence Command paper, which talks about individuals who are more skilled, who are going to be required to do more at length for more of the time. It can't do that on one side of the equation, up the demand signal, without thinking about the supply side. So unless it invests in the supply side, there's an imbalance in the equation.